Everybody? All right, there we go. Get the camera all set up. Make sure there's no. My mirror broke on my van. I had a car drive by and just whale the van one day and decided to keep on going. So, in that, they broke just my mirror, thank gosh. I thought that the way that it sounded when I heard it when I was on the job site, I thought that they totally smashed the whole side of my car, van in, but luckily it was just my mirror that got totaled. So, but no big deal. But it does suck though for when I'm going on the parkway and stuff like that. It's garbage. But other than that, though, no big deal. So today we're going to an island and we're going to go. I don't know if I'm going to really do any actual physical work or not at the moment, but today or not. I just know that the sheetrock is coming today, so I'm not really quite sure what's going to happen today with work, but that's okay though, because I have a big job that we just landed, and I'm pretty excited about it because, you know, I do enjoy working in the campgrounds. When it comes to anything that's exterior, of course, because that's what I know how to do. Like I know how to do interior work and stuff like that, but I just try to stay away from it. But regardless, so I just posted another video on YouTube here as a regular video, and really there's no edits in it. What I wanted to do was a video where a lot of you asked me questions about certain types of things, so now I feel like everything that everybody's asking me sometimes, I'm going to try to make videos on, you know? So I had a video, or I had so many people asking me, well, a lot of people mostly ask, how do you operate the paramotor? Like, how do you go up? How do you go down? How do you go left and right? How do you descend quicker? Things like that. What do you do if you have a motor out? Like, do you just come down crash landing? And it's funny because, like, I just made a video on that, trying to break it down in a simple way, you know, not like, I try not to kill people with, like, boredom, I guess, through these videos. Like, I want to try to make things very simple, right to the point, hopefully really pique your interest throughout the whole videos, you know, that's, like, what I'm trying to strive for, you know. Like, to me, like, when I watch other YouTube videos, sometimes I get really hooked to the video depending on what I'm watching, and when I think about my videos, I just hope that that's what I'm doing too. It's like I'm hooking people in, getting them to watch the videos, and like I said, I really like being a YouTuber, and really I'm never going to stop being one, but I want to make sure that I am making good content, you know, and keep being creative and keep being on top of topics based on what you guys would like to see, you know. And like today, like I just dropped a video. I was trying to drop it yesterday at 9 o'clock last night, and for some reason, like, I guess because when I do the downloads through 4K, it just takes a lot longer to go through whatever it has to go through to be on the platform. I don't really know, but I do know that it's up and live now. You guys can all go check it out. Like I said, there's no edits in it. It's just a video of us in the van right here where I start off, and then I jump right out and I fly right out like a beach spot that I've flown at a couple of times. So I just wanted to show you guys what it was really like to, like, get out of my van, go get the paramotor, unhook the paramotor, grab the glider, and then go walk out onto the beach and show you guys in real time what it's really like, you know, without any edits, with no fast forwarding anything, without cutting anything. It's funny because, like, you know what I've noticed? Like, when I'm trying to do a video, like, say, like yesterday, a video I was trying to drop yesterday, because I did that flight 2 days ago. Not yesterday, yeah, 2 days ago. And it's funny because, like, I was thinking about how I was going to do it the whole drive over there, right, to the beach. Like, okay, this is how I'm going to make the YouTube video. And it's just so funny because you'll see in the video that I'm almost kind of rushing a little bit, and I even admit to it in the video that I'm basically rushing. And I feel like I was rushing because I was trying to show you guys that normally it's a really quick thing sometimes when you know that all your pre-flight inspections are good, you have gas in the paramotor, and you know that your glider's okay. And like I said, you guys can go and check out the video. It's pretty sweet, you know. Like I said, I thought it was pretty sweet, but it is funny that you see me kind of rushing a little bit, and then you see me totally, I don't want to say you see me land wrong, but you see me land not perfect into the wind, and you see the glider actually collapse on me, and it kind of like overshot me a little bit too, I believe, and then I lost the energy in the glider, so it collapsed, and then I shut my motor off right away, because, you know, I don't ever want my lines hitting my prop or anything, so I shut my motor off and I turn around, and then you see me kind of fight the glider for a minute. I was flying in super high winds too. That's a whole nother thing too that was cool to bring to the video. It's like, typically living here in South Jersey where I live, the winds are always high. It's very rare, I feel like, when we have a no wind day, right? It's like there's like no such thing as a no wind day here. And if you do have a no wind day, you gotta soak it all up while you can. But realistically, it's always just windy here. And I don't know if it's because, you know, because we're right here by the ocean, we always get these ocean laminar winds, which are great to fly the beach with, you know, because you can really push yourself and fly at some pretty good winds at the beach, as long as you understand how to kite the glider. If you do not understand how to kite the glider, you're going to get dragged. And to be honest, you know, I've been dragged on the beach. How many times? I think 3 times altogether. I have to double check my book, but I want to say it's 3 times. I've turtled twice. One time due to a bad landing when I was coming down and my hands were just too far down and it threw me back. And then another turtle I did, I was all excited having a new Vitarazi Motion 185, and I set myself up in a reverse launch, and when I went to go turn around, I turned around too soon. And when I turned around too soon, it was like there was no leaning forward, it was just all back, and I didn't really technically get dragged that second time. The first time I did a turtle, I got dragged like 15 feet. And then the second time I actually got dragged was when I was at the Woodbine Airport, my local LZ airport that you guys see me fly at all the time. And what's sweet about there is that, you know, we have all these grass fields, you know, and stuff, and I can, like, it's like a triangle airport, and when you go there, you can, depending on which way the winds are, it doesn't matter, you can actually just go there and be in any kind of spot there and always be good for kiting or paramotoring, right? As long as the winds are favorable, obviously. And so that being said, when I was at the airport one time, I was kiting in high winds with my first glider. And my first glider is a very slow glider, and it really takes on the wind. And once it takes on the wind, it's so heavy, like, compared to the Roadster, when it takes on the wind in the beginning, and it's creating a wall in front of you before it gets above your head, it's heavy, you feel it, but it's not like my first glider. My first glider was a little bit slower. Like I said, it would take longer to get it above your head. So this glider, I was just out there messing around, trying to see how much I could kite in it. It was like 25 mile an hour winds, and I was kiting, everything was fine. But it was one of the times I was bringing the kite down. I was bringing the kite down, thinking that I was good. And as soon as it created like a wall in front of me, like where the glider was like literally a few feet from the ground, man, it threw me so forward, because I was set up in a reverse, you know, because obviously when you have high winds, you drop the glider, you turn around so you're looking at the leading edge, and when you drop it, the trailing edge will hit first, obviously, and then your leading edge would be, you know, what you see on top. And oh man, I got thrown so far. I mean, like, I literally did like a Superman for probably like maybe almost 30 feet until I hit the ground and then started to get dragged. And then once I smacked the ground so hard that I couldn't believe that I didn't get knocked out. That's why you have to really, really understand these gliders. You know, having a paramotor on your back is truly one thing and kind of simple to understand. Like, okay, obviously I don't ever start this unless it's on my back or if it's strapped to a rack. I know that, you know, this is how I get into my harness, this is my throttle, this is how it shuts off, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to the glider, it's like the winds are always going to be different. And when there even is no winds, it's still even a very hard thing to do. And it really practice. And there's never enough of it. That's something that I've learned with paramotoring. It's just like anything that is really physical. Like if you're doing anything like skateboarding, biking, motorcycling, or doing anything like that that involves jumping in the air, doing extreme things, like making things very risky, there's a lot involved, and it takes a lot of practice and skill to really understand that. And really, you know, like I said, I have been thrown a lot from paramotoring, and yeah, I have been thrown with just the harness on and the glider. I have been thrown with the paramotor on my back a few times. But now, where I'm at today is that now I really do understand a lot more than I did in the beginning. And now, knowing what I know now, I can, you know, what gets scary is that sometimes you get so good at something that you start to think like, oh, I always got this, I got this attitude. And that's where paramotoring comes to a fail for anybody. I feel like once you get that overconfidence build up, where you're like, you know, you're always good, that's where fails are hiding, and that's where they're lurking from. Alright, so I need to see where I'm actually heading here too, guys, because really I've actually left a little bit early today because there's a delivery coming of sheetrock. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys, I'm sorry. One second. Alright. I'm trying to see where exactly where I'm heading again. So like I said, I'm on a different island right now. And like I said, when I do this construction work and stuff like that, it's like mixing in between my paramotoring life, right? So I'm trying to have both. Alright, we're going to... So I'm going south on the island here. Yeah, I'm gonna go south. You know what? Is it this way? Alright, so I'm going to 50th. Alright, we're going to 50th Street. Okay, I was like super confused. I was like, I don't think there is that many streets on this island. Because I was looking at the wrong number. I was looking at the actual address number, thinking that it was the actual street number. So, like I was saying, you know, when it comes to paramotoring and these gliders, I can't stress it enough, and I try to tell everybody this. It's like you gotta seek out that proper training. Don't try to self-teach yourself. Don't get it wrong. There are people out there that have done it, and that's great. But man, it's like one mistake, and it's game over, you know? Or you're really lucky and you just broke your gear, and maybe it's just a hospital trip with just some bumps and some scratches, but man, like I said, guys, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. But really, it could also be the worst thing that has ever happened in anybody's life if they don't respect it the proper way. Alright, so here I am. Alright, that was 49. Alright, so here's the street I need to be on. And of course, it's a one-way. Alright, let's see what number this is. Okay. Alright, I don't see it this way yet. But as soon as I find the job, I'm gonna just end the live because, like I said, I don't know. And like I said, hopefully this afternoon we'll be able to go take a flight because we have some really good winds coming this afternoon. So I really hope to do that. That'll be nice. All right, where are these numbers at? What's the number? Trying to find the job here. I think I just missed it somehow. Wait a minute, am I on the wrong street? I think I'm on the wrong street. Man, is this just the one way? No, it is. Man, I am really messing up here. Trying to turn around now. Like I said, guys, it's so hard to try to find these jobs, and then so I was totally driving the wrong way down this street. Trying to get pulled over, I guess. On these islands, you gotta watch yourself. There's a lot of one-ways, and I was just seriously driving the wrong way. Alright, so now let's double check myself. So 108, I'm trying to find one. Okay, those are odd numbers over there. Okay, so these are the even numbers over here, right? Alright, so I gotta be close here, but I just don't know. And what's crazy is there's like no parking here. So, alright everybody, I hope that you guys enjoyed. This is kind of a little confusing to me. I need to figure this out before I go any farther. I gotta make a couple phone calls. So like I said, normally out of respect, I try not to do all that stuff while we're doing the live stream, right? So now, I hope that you guys all do have a good day. Like I said, I need to figure out this work day, but like I said, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen today with work. But hey, I'll start the live right back up as soon as I figure this all out. So, hope that you guys all enjoyed. Make sure you guys always stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the epic videos to come. Check out my most recent video I just dropped this morning, and I will see you guys all on the next one. Peace out.